Talk about an overhaul. You've seen this one before, but never like this. It's the all-new Jeep Compass, and it's completely redesigned from the ground up after a long-awaited switch into this next-generation model.
For years, Compass's sales pitch was a simple one. You picked the right trim grade and options, and you got 4x4 capability and sport utility flexibility for about the same price as a compact front-wheel drive car. Now this time around, with 4x4 equipped models starting under $27,000 and this high-capability Compass Trailhawk tester coming in from under $33,000, you've got, once again, some compelling options for capability, traction, flexibility, and adventure readiness to spare.
All of that from an updated package that slots in between the smaller Jeep Renegade and the larger Jeep Cherokee. The update has moved Compass light years ahead of its predecessor. The styling is a leap forward. It looks authentically tough, rugged, and capable from a mere glance. Something really off-road ready in a sea of cute Ute soft-roaders. That's even truer with this Trailhawk model, thanks to the exclusive lifted ride height, recovery hooks, and revised bumpers that help increase ground clearance. The interior speeds ahead too. Most of the right materials are in the right places. It's full of delightful little design touches you'll love. The appearance is depthy and busy and rich, and there's a blending of tidy simplicity and high tech. They've overhauled the central command system, which was already one of the best in the business, though it now finally includes Android Auto compatibility for full smartphone integration. Entry and exit are a cinch. Just slide over laterally and you're in your seat with minimal hopping or plopping. Other than a slightly cramped driver footwell, I found the driver's environment to be spacious enough and appreciated plenty of at-hand storage nearby. Headroom is at a premium for taller occupants, and back, up to about 5'10", you'll be good. In all, Compass is ready for 4 average-sized adults, no drama. The cargo hold is accessed by this motorized tailgate. It's fairly generous, fitted with storage cubbies at the rear corners, and those rear seats fold nearly full flat when needed. Bringing capability in line with its Trailhawk siblings, this tester also included the selec-terrain dial, encircling these buttons for supplemental off-road helper systems and helping more novice off-road drivers dial in maximum traction by telling the vehicle which sort of off-road driving is coming up. If you'd rather not fiddle, just leave it in auto, and it usually calls the shots well. On the road less traveled, like other Trailhawk models, you're backed up by a level of hardware, software, and capability that's far above average for the segment. Thanks to the Trailhawk-specific upgrades, including these chunkier tires, you've got grip and clearance to spare in the sort of terrain that would make you wince with fear of a bashed-in bumper with the competition. Notably, Compass Trailhawk has low-range gearing for helping it move up and down steep grades, and even over fairly large obstacles, there's enough clearance that you don't hear from the floor pan beneath you. That clearance and a special high-mounted engine air intake means that it can tackle a reasonable depth of water without any second thought either. Off-road ride quality is good as car-based off-road crossovers go anyways. Compass feels a touch more durable and tough than a Renegade or Cherokee on rougher terrain. The suspension can still get noisy, but it stays quieter more of the time. That's a good thing. Off-roading is more fun when it doesn't sound like your shocks are getting kicked around like they're about to get tossed from a United flight. Add in the light and nicely isolated steering that rarely fights you even over severe ruts and rocks and moguls, and you've got a recipe for confident, easygoing trail work. Notably, even if you're just a little stuck in the mud, just keep your boot in the throttle a little, and the clever 4x4 system uses math and computer processors to help keep you moving almost no matter what. On the road more traveled, the ride and handling are not too hard, not too soft and squishy, and the steering is great here too. At higher speeds, that steering is heavier, locked on, and it has a bit of sporty precision to it, helping the Compass handle winding highways with a bit more sure-footedness than I was expecting, given the suspension lift. Heck, even the brake feel is really good, nearly sports car precise, with plenty of bite from the first bit of pedal. This 2.4-liter Tiger Shark multi-air engine generates 180 horsepower with appreciable refinement. Even push, it never sounds like it's bothered. It works almost invisibly at lower revs, and if you're driving gently, well, you'd hardly ever know it had an engine at all.
There's a 9-speed automatic transmission that helps optimize economy and performance, and a deep first gear gets it off the line with snap to spare. Mostly it picks the right gear at the right time with no second thought.
Mileage on my watch landed at just 10.2 liters per 100 clicks. That's a fair bit better than I was expecting, and actually makes this machine one of the most fuel-efficient things I've ever driven that was this off-road capable. Gripes: some drivers will wish for more snap from the engine, especially where highway passing is concerned. Wind and road noise levels are a bit higher than you'd expect in a top-line crossover at times too. Ultimately, remember this Trailhawk model is not an appearance package. It's highly functional, and for the extra cost, will provide the best return on investment for Compass owners who need elevated off-road performance. Still, that doesn't stop thousands of folks from plunking down the extra cash just for the unique visuals and cool Trailhawk badge. In a nutshell then, Compass Trailhawk combines many in-demand traits and technologies in the crossover segment today with a healthy dose of trail-ratedness for the sort of shopper who will actually use it in the dirt. Just consider the capability you need. The Trailhawk amounts to overkill for many, and you will pay for it, and less expensive and capable enough variants are available lower in the Compass model line. Go for the Trailhawk and you've got a crossover that works as nicely on-road as its competitors while blowing their doors off where off-road performance is concerned. You can have a lot of fun with this machine if you use it for what it's designed for. Thanks for watching.